It's time again for Fridays in the Field. We head south of Columbus to the Bellwood area and the operation of Bruce Schmit and Pete C. Schmit and Sons. This plot behind me is actually a week ahead of schedule. If you remember how this spring went for producers, it was cold, it was wet, and it was slow to plant.
We are ahead of schedule, the way it looks right now. We're close to tassel on quite a few fields, and that's, typically for this area, probably a week to 10 days ahead of schedule. So, and really kind of surprising because our plant dates were not that horribly early, but we've just had really good growing conditions since the start.
Even though the crop does look good, Schmit said they have had some hurdles this growing season.
Really not so much of a problem with the corn. Soybeans are a whole nother matter now. With the resistant weeds and what have you. We've been struggling every which way, every type of chemistry you could think of on soybeans to try and keep the fields clean. That's been the biggest challenge for us.
And even though beans have had a bit of a struggle, they've already got blooms.
Yes, they are. We actually are very close to R4 on some of our beans here. So we're going to start with a fungicide and a biological schedule here shortly on the soybeans.
And as Schmit said, he knows he's not the only one that's been dealing with a lot of concerns with soybeans this year. So I asked him, do you have any advice for other producers?
I'm at a loss myself. We've tried all kinds of different things. We're actually talking about a couple of fields now where it would be a cobra and a resource situation. They are not dicamba beans. You're actually beyond the point where you can spray Ingenia or the other product, and I don't know. This is becoming a real situation. It was slowly coming upon us with the resistance to the glyphosate, but thinking that the whole process wouldn't come on us as quickly as it has. But I'll tell you what, we've got a real situation now. So Palmer is a real problem. We've tried every chemistry in the world and every combination, and it's getting to the point where we can't kill it with anything. So it may be a situation where we come back to what we call a steel blade herbicide. I hate to think of that, but we're going to have some areas that we may have to just rogue.
Or hire those high school kids to walk beans.
That's right. Get back to those good old days.
Had any weed concerns in the corn at all?
Not really. This year's been a good season for us as far as weed control. With some of the rains that we've had and the products that we were using, it's worked well.
And as for the current conditions of temperatures, Schmit said the corn's ready to tackle it.
The plant respire, little cooler night and warmer day. You're still going to get, with what we've had to date, we're getting maximum heat units. So you don't have to be that really hot both ways.
Recent rains, kind of nice not to have to do some irrigation.
It has been wonderful. This helps, no doubt about it.
Just outside of Bellwood, Nebraska, for Fridays in the Field, I'm Susan Littlefield on the Rural Radio Network.